Hola, ¿cómo estás? So it's been a while since I've done a Spanish update. It's not because I haven't tried, kind of. So one week, my son took a video of me cooking one of my favorite dishes right now, and I did not put words to it. So that was one week. The second week, I actually took off from Spanish. I let life distract me, but it was a good distraction. And then the third week, my son and I were at a Mexican market and we made a video, but it's kind of, I don't think I was talking loud enough, and when he was filming, he was going really fast. I think it would just make people dizzy. And then actually today, someone was making a video, so I thought, but she forgot to press record, so it didn't turn out right. So long story short, I don't have a real update, except, well, I guess, I study Spanish. Like I said, I took a week off. My Spanish is improving because of my schedule and my mental fatigue that happens sometimes, because usually I don't even study Spanish till night, and then those studies say you just study in the morning, but I don't. I decided that I was going to take a break from learning any new conjugations and just practice what I know now. And so I've been having a lot of some really good conversations. And one thing that I do notice is that when I'm comfortable with someone, I speak really good Spanish. And like, I even surprise myself, like, oh my gosh, Erica, you speak Spanish. But then if I'm nervous with a person, I don't do too well. Almost kind of like when I turn on the camera. But yeah, so it's kind of cool though. Some of my coworkers consider me fluent, even though I don't consider myself fluent. I recently took what do you call it, test, an assessment, but it wasn't, and they had questions that were like B1, B2, A1, A2, B1, B2, and based on that assessment, I placed at B1. And so I'm thinking for my year anniversary, which comes up in December, that I'm going to actually take the test and see where I place. And I actually like the way I'm studying Spanish now. The only thing that I don't like about my Spanish is that I do need to listen to more audio, and I need to try to study every day, which I don't. And I'm kind of torn between the studying every day, because part of me thinks why I'm sticking with it so long is because I'm having fun with it and I'm not making it a stressful endeavor. Who will see. And I think I'm gonna try something new. I think in November I'm gonna try to I'm not even gonna say that because I don't know yet. But yeah, so anyway, Spanish is going well. It's progressing. I'm getting more comfortable with it. I would say in person, not necessarily on camera. I did kind of enlist a couple people to possibly help me make Spanish updates, so we'll see how that goes. And I guess that's it. Yeah, I have one thing that, okay, so one time when I took the week out of Spanish, I was trying to debate, because I was like, oh my gosh, if you haven't studied Spanish, you need to study Spanish. And then I went on a website because I was planning a trip, and I read a whole website, like every tab, and I didn't even trip that it was in Spanish until like after 20 minutes. And I was like, oh my gosh, Erica, you really just practiced Spanish without realizing you were practicing Spanish. And what else? That's it. I guess that was the biggest thing, and I'm really enjoying the conversations that I'm having with people. One conversation I had was kind of cool though, because it's he speaks really well in English, but we had gotten into like more of a philosophical conversation. And what I noticed, well, not noticed, it was obvious, is that certain concepts I couldn't translate to Spanish, and so I would just talk in my native language, which is English, and then when it would be his turn, he would talk in Spanish. So it was a total Spanglish conversation, but it was like, depending on the concept we were trying to convey, we spoke in our native tongue, and it was just great. Like, after the conversation was over, I realized, like, I love the fact that I was able to let him speak and express himself in his native language, and I still could understand him. And granted, there was a couple words that I asked him what they meant, but it was just a dope conversation. And I'm proud of myself that I'm actually doing the Spanish thing. And my next update might be pretty dope, y'all. Stay tuned.